Oh, sorry, princess. I was just doing my handsome hunk maiden call. I see you're staring at the picture that I made for you, kitten. Yeah, it's a picture of a Baja Blast. As you can notice, it's only half drinking. Kinda like how our love is only half full. But I can make it so much more, princess. And if you're not fully enticed yet, take a look at the white of the screen. You could see the tip of my big toe just sitting there. And you're probably thinking, wow, how can such an attractive toe also be on such a hunk of a man? Well, you'll just have to come and find out, kitten. And perhaps I'll give you a rose.
That's basically what it's like on r/kitchencels, except it's a little bit more depressing. It's people trying to encounter women, trying to make friends, and things just go a little bit awry, but people also post pictures of food there. And I want to explore this subreddit for you because it is a pretty comedic time, if I do say the least. If you like content just like this, please make sure to like and subscribe. I'll make it worth your while. Now let's take a look at this subreddit. No woman would give me a chance, so I installed Grindr, and on my first time with a man. And I hated it. Extra large burrito. I bet there's some tears just inside of that burrito as he's making it. He's just thinking about the mistakes he's decided to make. I didn't want to dip. But the dude wanted me. What was I supposed to do? He's just like walking through his neighborhood or his college campus or whatever, and everywhere he turns, there's just some Casanova just being all like,
hey ladies, wanna come back to the quad and watch me drink this keg?
and he's like, I can't drink a keg. I can't do it. If you can't beat him, join him. He just sprints up to the guy, just throws his ass in the air like, I didn't want this, but I'm ready. And then he gets pounded, and as he's getting pounded, he's like, I didn't want the dick. It doesn't feel good. I just wanted a woman. I can't imagine this because, you know, as a straight man who, you know, regardless of what you might think of me, I know my fans are a little bit freaky. I don't want to get pegged. I'm sorry. I don't want the thing in between a man's legs or the fake thing in between a woman's legs to go into me. I just don't want that. I don't crave that. It's not my desire. It actually sounds genuinely horrible. For some people, it sounds like a fantasy. It sounds great, but I don't want that. So for this guy to really want to be with a woman, not being able to get one, and then being all like, oh, I don't have a choice. Oh, I need that hunk of a Casanova to come over here and help me out. And then just the entire time he's like, ah, no, because he just doesn't like it. That is an experience that I never want to befall me. This is truly some tragic incel behavior. And his burrito honestly doesn't even look that good. It looks a little sad, might need some more tears, and definitely some more Cholula in there.
I have not touched a single vagina in over 22 years and counting. Here's some minced meat with onions and rice.
Well, just staring at your plate there, I have one question. Has any of your friends ever looked at you and just been like, once there was an ugly barnacle. It was so ugly, everyone died. You're ugly. That's clearly the problem. And that's all they tell you every day instead of taking a big old, oh, your breath stinks. I mean, look at your plate, man. You got minced meat, onions, and rice. That combination is not going to lead to the entire scenario where a woman walks up to you and is like, hey, how's it going? It's good to see ya. And you're like, hey there. It's nice to see you too. And she just starts dying on the floor. I bet that's what happened. I bet that's what you're leaving out. You've maybe talked to some women here or there, but you never gotten to touch a vagina. I don't know why that's the one thing you desire here. Because of your stanky breath. At least that's the only reason. Just judging you based on just this picture alone, I bet you gotta brush your teeth and mouthwash after every single meal, because I would not want to be walking around with the smell of onions and minced meat being the only thing inside of my body. I licked this can of tuna to imagine what it feels like to eat pussy. This is giving me like Smeagol from Lord of the Rings vibe. Like, I imagine him like opening his pantry over and over again. He probably didn't even eat the full can of tuna. It was just that struggle like, I just have to know, what does it taste like? Ooh, my tuna. Or should I say, ooh, my pussy. Oh, just a lick. as he feels like he's ascended to the next ethereal plane because he finally understands what a woman's clitoris feels like in his mouth. I could never imagine doing something like this. Do you think he like did it in like the corner of his kitchen in the dark so that it was like fully getting enveloped into his mind? Like, if I pretend really well, it's gonna feel exactly like the real thing. He just starts screaming. His parents think that the house is on fire, so they sprint out like, Dunya, what are you doing? Get away, mother! I finally know what pussy tastes like! As he's just going to town on it. And it looks like he stuck his tongue pretty deep in there, too, which is, you know, equally disturbing in a sense. I'm glad I have a girlfriend. I'm glad I didn't spend 25 years being alone. I ain't even doing this to diss you, man. I mean, I'd never do something like this, but it's a travesty that this had to happen to you, that the lust was so much that you had to stare at that can of tuna, of some ground up fish, and be all like, oh, this is a dream come true. Was I born ugly and unlovable, or have I turned myself into a monster? Sabdowitch. Why is this the most decrepit looking sandwich I've ever seen in my entire life? It genuinely looks like something I don't know, Diddy would use to lure a Victorian child. It looks like a yummy sandwich enough to lure somebody who is starving, but at the same time, you know, it has like a bad omen to it. Like if you take a bite, all of a sudden hell is going to be raining down upon you, the rapture is going to begin, and you're going to be the only one left behind because you took a nibble of this. Why does it look like that? What is the lighting? What kind of a room are you in? Maybe you turned yourself into a monster because you're sitting in the dark making this decrepit looking sandwich. I don't know what's wrong with it. It just bothers me on a lot of levels. But no, you were not born ugly and unlovable. You have to earn it. You have to strive to be yourself and be the best version of you that you could be. And then, when you least expect it, when you decide not to seek it, will somebody find you and lift you up and love you for who you truly are. And also just stop making weird-looking sandwiches in the dark. This really bothers me with the lighting. It genuinely looks like an abyss down there. Like, if I go down there, I'm gonna just get sexually assaulted by Barney or something, man. And I don't want that to befall me. I really don't. My coworker told me he liked macaroons once, so I spent $200 on stuff learning how to bake them. Asked him if he wanted to meet me outside of work to hang out so I could give him them. Was reported to HR and moved departments. Now, that's just the sad way that the world works now. Now, I'd like to imagine that you're a pretty normal, average person. You didn't walk up to him like, I brought you macaroons! Oh, don't you want to hang out with me? It was probably like, hey, remember that time that you, said you liked macaroons? I made you some. Would you maybe want to hang out and I can give you them and we could just chill or whatever? And then he was like, oh, you infernal beast, get away! No! Sprints off to HR and reports you immediately because he just can't handle the fact that somebody potentially wants to be his friend. That's kind of how a lot of people are nowadays. If anybody is not in your tight-knit circle, they will genuinely take one look at you and assume you're some kind of a monster. Like, it's insane. Like, you could even give somebody a compliment nowadays, like, I like your shirt, and they'll look at you like, are you talking to me? And they'll like run away and just not want to talk to you. It's just sad how, you know, people socialize nowadays. If they don't know you, they treat you like a monster even if you have no bad intentions, and that's just the way it is. That's a little bit sad. I really want to know like the full story here. I would love to know what the guy at least saw. I would like to know if you were getting freaky or if it was genuinely just like, hey man, I made some macaroons for you. You said you like macaroons. You want to hang out? Or if you genuinely were like, oh, I made you some macaroons, baby. Oh, I could smell that you want some. Oh, let's hang out. I really want to know how this actually went down. If it went down exactly like you're saying, I'm so sorry. Women make faces as if I whipped out my thing in front of their grandma at a family dinner when I tell them my sexual preferences. Fried bread sandwiches with meat and onions. What sexual preferences could you possibly be telling them that invokes such a reaction of you whipping out your thing in front of a grandmother, placing it on the table, and her being like, oh dear, oh, it's so disgusting, oh, and then she just has a heart attack and die? What could you possibly be saying? Come here. Come here, sweetheart. I know it's the first date, but let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I want my father to watch us do this. I want him to see that I'm a man, and by the time that he sees that I'm a man, I want him to dump pickle juice all over my body. So that way, as I bust, I'm not only a man, but I smell like my favorite snack. What could you possibly say that would invoke such a reaction? It must be you. I wouldn't go on r/kitchencels and say that every woman I've ever dated reacts horribly to what I say when I have a weird sexual preference. You're clearly the problem if every single woman is reacting that way, and you should probably give up on telling them that. You're not gonna find somebody to match your freak. I just really hope that it's not like, oh, please poop on my chest. Oh, I just want a big old dumpy right there. Come on. Come on, waffle stomp me, girl. I really hope it's not that nonsense.
My ex told me she really liked carbonara, so I learned how to make it.
2 months later, she told me she realized she was a lesbian. It's been 4 years, and I still think about it. Was it too much salt? I find it absolutely wonderful that the one thing you choose to highlight as to why she became a lesbian is because of your carbonara. That must have been a pretty bland relationship if that was the only thing going on. That makes you still wonder and ponder all these years later. Did I make the carbonara? Did I make it gay? Was it gay? Was it a gay banara? Was that the problem? Did it make her have a, sudden fascination with women, or was it my penis? Was my penis not good enough? Was it not good enough? No, it couldn't have been that. It had to be the carbonara. There's really no other reason for me to assume that it was anything but the carbonara. I am not inadequate as a man. As he's staring at himself in the mirror and just eating nothing but carbonara every single day to see if it eventually makes him crave a man, just to see if his carbonara was truly a gay banara. That's just something to consider. A very interesting fate to befall a man, but it's been 4 years. Maybe it's time to look at yourself instead of the carbonara. I drop my salad. I fail at everything I do. I'll never amount to anything. I'm a perverted incel freak with weirdly long toes. I'm a pathetic imitation of my father. Salad. I just can't envision posts like this genuinely coming into fruition. Who drops their salad and is staring at the ground like, I become my father, I become my father. No, I just wanted a salad. I fail at everything. Just like my dad. No. I need to show everybody that I'm a perverted incel freak on r/kitchencels right now. He takes the picture and he's just staring at it, initially with a smile like, perhaps some people will relate. And then he just stares down. He's like, my toes! They're elongated, disgusting. Why do they look this way? And I gotta say, bro, if you're ever watching this video, you got the most normal looking fucking toes I've ever seen in my entire life. I gotta say, they look pretty gosh dang average. I hope he's hearing this and it just feels like Cupid shot an arrow through his heart and he's like, oh, Carlos, you truly made me feel better about my toes. Oh, perhaps I'll go make a mayonnaise salad with my perfectly normal toes. Yes, thank you, Cowster. I feel better now. That's at least what I hope from this. I just, once again, I can't imagine that this is all you could fathom in life. Just dropping a salad, and then you have to go and tell all the other incels on the internet about how you're a failure so you could all fail together. It's quite interesting. I've accepted that I will never get hoes to bounce on it crazy style, as these kids say, so I low-key just do a Spike Spiegel cosplay and terrorize my neighbors by getting drunk off cheap beer and puking all over the streets. What? What do you mean? This is your response? Nobody's gonna bounce on my thing crazy style, so I have to terrorize and torment my neighbors. He just walks over to his neighbor's house, gives a knock on the door. Oh, hello! Would you like to bounce on it crazy style? No? Just throws him on his floor and leaves as he just goes and grabs 8 more beers. That's That's a crazy existence, but I mean, look at the food that he made. It looks beautiful. If you can make that kind of meal, just start cooking for everybody. Just walk over to people and be like, hey, I made this nice meal. Did you know that I'm a man that can cook? And I'm just gonna slide this under your door. It's a little note. It said, if you want, bounce on it crazy style. Just don't be so forward with it. Just make some good food, and somebody, you know, maybe will bounce on it crazy style. What the fuck, man? Oh, it's such an interesting term. What a world we live in, huh? What a world. This is definitely an interesting one. At least he's aware. At least he's aware of it, which may be the steps needed to become a better man in general, and, you know, go away from this idealization that you only can have a purpose if somebody's bouncing on it crazy style. I hope that maybe you bounce on life crazy style, giving it the best time that you've ever had, and ultimately making it worthwhile. 26 male, single for as long as I've been alive, so I LARP as a Japanese housewife to cope. A bento box. I have so many questions here, but my biggest is it a negative or a positive experience? Like, do you think if he's like LARPing and he makes a mistake around the house, he like thinks things are gonna get really bad? Or do you think his imaginary husband is very nice? Like, do you think it, I burnt the pot roast! Oh, he's coming! He's going to hurt me! Oh, and he like hides in the closet and pretends like he's like in a domestic violence situation. Do you think it gets like bad like that? I really hope it doesn't. Or do you think it's like, oh, I burnt the pot roast? And then he just sits there and he's like, oh, you'd never get mad at me, would you? And then he's like, just like sucking the fake air. Do you think it goes to that level? I don't know. I really want to know, like, what's the like limitations here? Like, what are we doing with it? Like, are we just like, oh, I'm a housewife, I'm cooking for my husband, I can't wait for him to come home? Or do you think it's like full hallucinations and like, oh, he's home, oh, I gotta please my hubby, I gotta give him good? And do you think that they're actually Japanese, or do you think this is like an American male specifically choosing to be a Japanese housewife? Like, do you think he wears like a Japanese maid outfit and like he watches anime while he cooks and he's like, oi, 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 I am such a good housewife. And in reality, he's like a blonde hair, like 500-pound man. And I don't know. It's just so interesting. I've never heard of such things. But the bento box looks very delicious. So that's a positive.
My sister found out I sleep naked by walking in on me. And now she thinks I'm a nasty fucking weirdo.
Well, I think your sister's more of the nasty weirdo, because I guarantee she didn't give a knockarooski before trying to come into your room, which is a big problem that I could immediately point out. But also, can you blame a brother for trying to have a little bit of release? What? We're always supposed to keep it contained except in the shower? We can never be free. We can never let it hang. It always has to be stuck in a vacuum. Sometimes life gets a little bit hot. Sometimes you just want to feel some nice clean sheets on your good old-fashioned cheeks. Is that really the problem that we want to highlight here? I think your sister is the weirdo for coming in and staring at your junk mail and saying that you're the weirdo. If she did knock and you decided to listen to that and then jump into bed, or, you know, say 1 second, maybe you're the problem. But I feel like she just barged in and you just so happened to be a naked man trying to live your best life in your castle, your private domicile. So I think your sister's a little bit more of the freak here. I like to finish in my hand, then eat it out, pretending I'm servicing a sexy black lady's gaping post-coital hole. Black bean pity burger. You like to what? You know, some things you don't have to post on the internet. I just like to throw that out there. You really don't have to go all the way with everything. What does this even entail? You like to in the hand, and then you're servicing a what? I hope your burger doesn't taste very good.
She rejected me, so now I'm using black magic to get her. I have done an obsession spell with a hair that I stole from her comb during lecture. I hope she will be mine in just a few days. Anyway, here's my cottage cheese sandwich with some caramel coffee.
What? You did what to her? Can you imagine, like this is probably like something that genuinely happened. I really hope that he's just joking here, but irregardless, like it's so weird to think of how this world works to where you could like not even talk to a person, not know something about a person, and they could just be sitting in the back of a room, like rubbing their hands together like, she will be mine. Which is honestly a little bit creepy. Like, that's kind of disturbing that there's genuinely somebody somewhere who's going through that right now. They're just sitting there loving life. They're like, I can't wait to go home and pet my dog. And just behind them, they just hear, oh, I can smell you, my queen. Like, it's just a disturbing thing to think about. I really hope that this isn't a real one. This is definitely like one of the more incel posts I've seen for this video so far. It just is a disturbing world that we live in, and I really hope that this isn't real. An obsession spell. What do you even do to that? Do you take her hair and just shove it up your ass like, oh, she'll want her hair back. It'll lead her right to me. A girl with a cute voice sent me a friend request on Valorant. She said I had a handsome voice, bro. I thought we had something. Turns out she was just acting like she was interested in bait guys for content. Then I saw her TikTok of making fun of me. Fuck this stupid chud life, bro. Some good ass baklava though. I don't know, man. Like, what are you expecting? Like, do you actually go on to something like Valorant with the hopes that it's real, that it's gonna be something interesting? Like, you randomly get a friend request and she's just like, hey, you got such a handsome voice. I really think we could be something. And you're just sitting there like, oh my god, bro. I really hope she pinches my butt with her war claw. Like, come on. Like, what are we talking about here? You're on Valorant. You can't be expecting a relationship to form from Valorant. Like, I blame you on that one. Although she did lead you on, I just don't think you should ever get your hopes up that a beautiful, sexy e-girl is gonna fall in love with you because of your impeccable Valorant skills and handsome voice. It's just not real, man. It's not real. But that does look like some good-ass baklava. I got run over by a woman while riding my bike. And the first thing I did after limping back home and taking a shower was violently beating my dick, thinking about her. I don't like this one. I don't like this one bit. Why is this your instinct? Why do people like this exist? Like, oh yes, riding on my bike. Oh, ah! And you just get blasted away. You get blasted away. You're struggling. You're limping home like, oh God, I almost died. I almost lost everything. I wouldn't have been able to go on. Oh, but that girl who hit me. Like, why? Like, why is that what you think of? Why is that what you desire? Like, why aren't you happy that you're alive? Why? Like, was he hoping for like one of those like stereotypical like romance novel interactions? Like, oh, you almost killed me. And she goes down and she's like, whoa, I didn't notice the sparkle in your eyes when I fucking ran you over on your bike. Get up, get in my car. Let's go make passionate love right now. And he's just like, whoa, this is everything I've been waiting for. A day like this, a rose like you. Together we can be so true. You hit me with your car, but we can go so very far. I really think that's probably what he was singing while beating his hog while he was schlorking that pork, man. That's probably what was going on. Very interesting feller here. Once again, probably not a real thing that happened, but if it did, maybe you should think about other things in life. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please let me know down in the comments below with another subreddit you want me to check out or something like that, because I really do enjoy making videos like this. I want to preface that this isn't going to be replacing any of my cartoon or adult animated show reviews. It's just going to be an addition to that. These videos are a lot easier to make, they take way less time, and I could just pump these out, and then the next day I could have a cartoon review, pump these out, have a cartoon review. It'll just be more content for you, and I have a lot of fun doing it because I've always had this idea
that this channel isn't really about my reviews, it's more about me. I always say that you should take my reviews with a grain of salt and just more focus on the jokes that I make, what I'm saying, my reactions, because that's the main thing that I want you to be here for. I want you to feel like you're having a conversation with a friend. It's why my videos aren't as edited. They could obviously be better. It's why I don't spend all of this time making the edits amazing, focusing on putting the perfect clip in the perfect place constantly. It's because it's more about me. And I would love to be a variety YouTuber to where I could talk about things on Reddit, or I could talk about a show or a movie or just something going on in the world and just try to make you laugh about whatever. So again, I'm not replacing any of my animated reviews, my cartoon reviews. This is just going to be something that I try to get up and going consistently so that I could have a nice variety to where you come to watch Cowlos. You don't come to watch, oh, I want to see a review of The Simpsons. It's no, I want to watch Cowlos. That's always my main goal. Just trying to make you guys laugh and smile. That's enough of my little speech here. Hope you enjoyed this one. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.